My boyfriend wanted me to adopt his female best friend's baby. And even give her $20,000. I thought he was joking ***. I, 28F, have been with my boyfriend, 30M, for almost 6 years. A few months ago, his female best friend announced she was pregnant. The father wanted nothing to do with the baby. And suddenly my boyfriend became obsessed with helping her. At first, I felt bad for her. Then things started getting weird. He was constantly at her apartment, taking her to appointments, buying her gifts, and talking about how hard pregnancy was for her because she had a successful career. The thing is, her so-called career mostly consisted of posting luxury lifestyle content online. She loved showing off designer bags, expensive dinners, and vacations, but most of it was financed by debt. One evening, my boyfriend sat me down and said he had an idea. His idea? That we should adopt her baby. I actually laughed because I thought he was kidding. He wasn't. He explained that she was too ambitious to raise a child, and that we were financially stable enough to give the baby a good life. I reminded him that adoption isn't like taking home a lost puppy. Then he hit me with something even crazier. He wanted us to give her $20,000 to help her get back on her feet after the birth. I nearly choked on my drink. So let me get this straight. She gets to keep living her life, continue her influencer career, hand over the baby, and walk away with $20,000? And somehow I was supposed to think this was normal? I refused immediately. For weeks, he kept bringing it up. Every conversation turned into why I wasn't being compassionate enough. Eventually I decided to dig deeper. What I found shocked me. The $20,000 wasn't for the baby. She was drowning in debt, credit cards, personal loans, unpaid bills. Her glamorous lifestyle was mostly fake. When I confronted my boyfriend, he admitted he'd already lent her several $1,000s without telling me. That's when everything clicked. This wasn't about helping a baby. This was about him rescuing her from the consequences of her own decisions. I told him there would be no adoption and absolutely no $20,000. He called me selfish. So I ended the relationship. A few months later, I heard she kept the baby because nobody else was willing to fund her fantasy lifestyle. As for my ex, last I heard, he was still trying to collect the money he'd lent her. Apparently she stopped answering his calls. Funny how the person he thought needed saving ended up teaching him a very expensive lesson.